Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Hey, if you're new here or you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. It helps us feed our hungry hippos. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I want to start today's video by asking you guys a question. And I want you to be honest. You don't have to be honest with me, but be honest with yourselves. Are you wasting time? Do you waste time? Do you find yourself not managing your time well? Do you fiddle fart around? Everyone wastes time. Even the most well-intentioned person, even someone with very good routines, strict schedules, everyone wastes a little bit of time every day. I think it's only natural. I think it's human nature. Even someone like me that has very good routines in place and a very strict schedule, every once in a while, I'll find myself on Facebook maybe for 5 minutes longer than I should be, getting sidetracked with cute animal videos and what my friends are doing. It's natural, it's human nature. If it's just a little bit of time here and there that you find yourself going down these rabbit holes and wasting just a little bit of time, I think you're okay. I think you have a good grasp on managing your time. The trick is to realize it. For instance, let's say you go to post a video on Instagram or TikTok as part of your reselling journey, being part of the community, whether you're getting paid for it or not, and you get sidetracked and you notice that you're looking at a lot of other videos. If you catch yourself within a few minutes and you have the wherewithal to realize that you're wasting time, to put the phone down and get back to work, you're someone who has a good grasp already on realizing when you're wasting time and when you need to get back on task. It takes practice. It's almost like training, like how you have to train your body to run a marathon. You have to train your brain to realize when you're wasting time until you put a stop to it. And this isn't just when you're working. A lot of times at night, you have every intention to watch a TV show or a movie or read a book or play a board game, and you're doing other things that aren't maybe such a wise use of your time or as good of a use of time as spending with your family or your friends. So the ability to recognize it is to kind of almost be hyper aware every second of the day of what you're doing without being hyper aware every second of the day. Again, it's like training your brain to be on alert, but in the back, like on autopilot somewhere in the back of your mind. Once you've trained yourself to recognize the signs of time wasting and you've trained yourself to have that ability to knock yourself back into reality, so to speak, and get back on track, you don't have to focus on it as much. Another good analogy is making your bed. If you're someone who doesn't make your bed and you want to start making your bed, you almost have to consciously remind yourself and make it a task that you do each morning for at least 30 days. It takes 30 days to create a new habit. If you're someone who's always made your bed and it's just something you do when you first get up in the morning, it comes natural to you, you do it without thinking. So learning how to notice when you're wasting time and get yourself back on track is very much something like making your bed every morning, or think about your morning routine. Some people make their coffee first thing, then get a shower, then brush their teeth. Some people brush their teeth, get a shower, then make coffee. Whatever order you do things in every morning, you probably do it in the same order every morning without even thinking about it. In fact, you could probably wake up early, half asleep, still groggy, and go through your morning routine because you've been doing it for so long that it just comes natural to you. That's the process of creating good habits and creating good routines in your life. It does take 30 days to create a new routine. So anytime you introduce yourself or your brain or your body to something new, you have to consciously remind yourself to do that particular task every day for at least 30 days. It takes some folks a little longer than 30 days until it becomes natural or a natural order of your routine every day. So How am I going to help you start recognizing when you're wasting time? How are we going to train your brain to be better at utilizing every second of the day in a way that is productive? That doesn't mean you have to work 24 hours a day. It doesn't mean that you have to be on your feet cleaning your house and cooking and walking and exercising and working. You don't have to be active. You don't have to be doing something that is necessarily building your business, contributing to society. A simple act of self care, like sitting down to relax and watch a TV show, read a book, go for a walk with your dog, those are all good uses of time as well. Not everything is always about building something or taking the next step or being successful. You have to find your work-life balance. I talk about that on this channel all the time. Being conscious of your use of time and using every second of the day wisely means that sometimes you're unplugging. Sometimes you're just relaxing. You're making sure that you're getting enough hours of sleep a night. That if you're someone who wears makeup, you're taking the time to wash it off before you go to bed. Even if you don't wear makeup, you can implement a good skincare regime. You can start tracking your water, taking walks, exercising. It includes every second of the day that you're awake. You want to be using your time wisely, and sometimes that means doing nothing at all and just relaxing. You have to find that balance. So, what I want you to do, and we do this every year if you've been a long-time viewer, I do this usually towards the end of the year and sometimes in the middle of the summer. I want you to get a piece of paper, a notebook, or set aside a couple of pages in your planner, your bullet journal, and keep track for a couple of days, maybe a week, of everything you do in a day. And I mean everything. And I mean be brutally honest with yourself. If you really have to write that on Tuesday you were on you finished shipping. Let's say you finish shipping. If you have to say from 8 a.m. after shipping until noon, you were on Facebook for 4 hours wasting time, admit it. I'm not going to make you report it and tell me. We're not going to do anything in my Facebook group where people are posting what their schedules look like or the time they're tracking. This is just for you. It's private. So you can be as honest as you need to be and have to be. In order for this to work, you have to be honest. So even if you spend 4 hours of a workday watching movies and only taking 2 pictures because you got distracted, write it down. Be brutally honest with yourself. Do this for at least 3 days, but maybe a week. Include your days off, but write down from the time you get up, everything you do, and how much time you spend doing it. And you can keep track of it, like 7 a.m. woke up, 7:15 started shipping, or you can say from 7:15 to 7:45 did shipping, however you want to write your times. But keep track of how many minutes, how long it's taking you to do things. This is important too for streamlining your processes. My next video is going to be about batch work and blocking time so that you can have a more efficient work schedule. So this will help you with that as well. If you can consistently see during this exercise where we're tracking all of our time that you're spending an inordinately amount of time on tasks that you should be faster at, you can start to recognize that and start to figure out what you can do to streamline your processes and increase your productivity and get faster at certain things. So as brutally honest as you need to be. And don't cheat. Like sometimes I feel like when people go to do this exercise, I tell you to be honest, I tell you to be brutally honest. But of course, now that you're keeping track all week of everything you do and how much time you spend on it, sometimes people who would normally take a 3-hour lunch aren't, because they consciously know they have to write it down. So they're being more productive and they're getting more work done because they want to write that down in the notebook. Don't do that. Be yourself, be who you normally would be, do the things you would normally do, and just keep track of them. You are the only person that is going to see this. So if you're doing things differently or doing things so you can write them in the notebook and feel good about yourself, you're just lying to yourself. I want you to be honest. I want you to be who you normally are, do the things you normally do, and just keep track of them. And then after the week is over, you can go back and look, and where you are wasting time will be glaringly apparent to you. And then you can decide to make some changes. You'll be able to see if you're spending too much time when you're supposed to be working doing other things. And again, like I mentioned, you'll be able to see what tasks are taking you too long, and you'll be able to figure out those are what I need to work on. This is where I need to streamline my process. Your shipping, for instance, could be taking you longer than it should be just because you don't have a good inventory management system, or you don't have a good shipping station with everything, right here where you can grab it and get everything ready to go. So it might be as simple as taking a look and going, maybe I need to set up a more organized shipping station. Maybe I need to make sure my inventory is more organized. So when I go in the morning to pull everything that's sold, it's faster. I can find it. I'm watching too much TV. My lunch break is too long. I'm spending too much time talking to friends on social media. It's going to look different for everybody, and your answers at the end are going to be different, and what you need to work on is going to be different. So we're not going to have a second follow-up video or report anywhere. If you cheat this or don't do it right or lie to yourself, that's on you. I'm just here to help you manage your time better and give you tips and tricks on how I do things. And so I'm imploring you to be as brutally honest as you need to be and really take a hard look at this, really keep track of it. And then at the end, go back. You'll be able to see where you can probably fit in more of that work-life balance. You'll be able to see where you can maybe fit in a board game with your family, or reading a book in the evening, or going for a walk with your dog. You'll also be able to see where you need to put in the work for your business. And in the next video, I'm going to go into more depth about batch work, block scheduling, and all of that. So go get your notebook, your piece of paper, and start keeping track of how you spend your time. Okay? And I will see you next time. Hopefully this exercise will help you be more productive with your time. So when I see you next time, you're going to be a more productive you. Or at least a week from now. Because I'll probably see you tomorrow. I put out a video every day. This isn't going to be an overnight solution. Again, you're going to keep track for a week. Then you have to reflect and think about how you're going to implement changes. And then it'll take you 30 days to become more efficient. But work on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.